Hey, what's up, everybody? Here at the SMC Seattle June event with the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Pirillo.
Not me.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, he's considered one of the top people in Seattle social media because he's been involved so long. How long have you been doing this kind of stuff?
I've been doing it since long before it was it. I was doing this when this was called new media. Now it's social media. So I'm very interested in seeing what the next word is going to be that they're going to attach. Because social eventually is just going to become a given with media. It's just going to be, assumed that social is a part of media, like new is a part of social media. So what is the next word? What's the next descriptor? What's the next adjective for media? That's my question.
Wow.
I'll still be here then.
You see, he knows the stuff because I'm totally confused right now. But
it's the light.
All right. So Chris Pirillo. So you've been doing it for a long time. I mean, you're how old?
34.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for like 50 years, so
Yeah.
he knows the stuff.
Not there.
But what originally attracted you to this whole social media, new media, whatever you want to call it, idea?
I needed to get out of the house. No, it's I don't know. I guess I've always been a social masochist, so I'll venture out and meet people. I can be a host of a gathering. I can be a wallflower and be happy either way. But ultimately, it's about the connections you make, either online or offline. So when I meet someone online and have the chance to shake their hand, meet them in real life, it's just as much of a connecting point as if I meet them online and only know them online. So it's about the connections you make between people that ultimately make what this is what it is. That's why I like doing it, meeting people.
Wow, well there you go.
Well, okay, so the bigger picture, not to interrupt,
all right.
The bigger picture is that the internet is not a series of tubes so much as it is connections between people. And if people weren't around, the internet wouldn't be around. The internet would be nothing without people and the connections that people make. So,
you see what he did right there? 50 years of experienced people.
I use my hands to confuse and bewilder.
So, okay, so been doing it for a really long time. Want to know your wow moment. What was that moment that you got it, that, hey, there's something to this whole social media idea?
Well, I don't know if it would be the social media aspect, but it would just be the communication. So back in 1992, when I first got online, I was sitting in a computer lab at the University of Northern Iowa, and where my cousin is now a professor, and she's working on creating a whole new studies around the idea of interactive social, this digital media. That's coming soon for you and I. Not you and I, UNI, University of Northern Iowa. Sitting in the computer lab in the business building, which I guess has been renamed since then, and sitting down maybe about 6 feet from another person, a friend, and we decided to get an internet account, which you had to sign up for at the time. And so we had access to email. And I said, well, how do we do this? And we had little instructions, and he said, oh, so I just type in a name, and then I can send a message to you. And I sent the message, and didn't think, so I sent the message, and I got a response, like this little thing showed up on my screen saying, so-and-so sent you a message. That was it. That was it. And this is like, media wasn't even a term at that point. I mean, multimedia involved like a CD-ROM drive. That was a multimedia computer. Right? That was media. That was real media. So we didn't have internet connectivity, from our dorm rooms. Didn't really even have it much from home. But that one email, a single email, changed my life.
Wow.
Absolutely. That was it.
So simple, but I mean, it hooked you.
But it's still the same way. Honestly, Kenji, that's like, every day. I mean, I was lucky. I stayed up till 5 in the morning last night. Got my inbox down to like 5 or 6. Which my inbox is my task list. But every day, despite the deluge of emails, I still enjoy that. It's like my favorite part is seeing who's emailing, what's going on, what's happening, what do I need to do, what needs to be done. It's that is the way that people are able to communicate with me. Of course, now there's Facebook and Twitter and other ways that people can get a hold of me, or anybody really. But email is still very much a personal thing, and still very much a thrill. Every day, I just love. I haven't checked my email in like hours and hours and hours, and it's such a joy to check on the iPhone. Oh, such a joy. And We didn't even have like mobile computers like back in 1994. I've already kind of given myself away. No, I mean it's certainly gotten easier to deal with. Technology's become more pervasive. I think, as I said, the word social is going to become a given. When we talk about technology, it's going to be a given, and we're not there yet. We're still on the cusp. But technology is becoming increasingly pervasive, as is the social application of technology and what technology does for us. Beyond just being an iPhone, what does it do? What experiences does it enable? You have people like Mark Horvath from InvisiblePeople.tv, taking his iPhone, his video camera, little flip. I know you've got the Votto HD, good choice. I've sold so many of these damn cameras.
You sold it. I bought it because of you.
I'm telling you, it's a good camera. He's taking these around, he's getting stories of homeless people, because he himself was homeless at one time, and he wants to surface these stories. So I ended up donating enough money for him to upgrade to an iPhone 3GS. So now he's going to be able to take this, not like you can tell the difference between one or another, but he's going to be able to take his iPhone 3GS, record a video, upload it to YouTube instantaneously. He's going to be taking a road trip, across the country. So to help him enable that experience, it's just to, he's already doing it anyway. It's just kind of making his stories a little easier to get from point A to point B. That's what technology does. That's what, networking socially does. That's what social media does. Is it enables people to tell their stories, share their stories, enables experiences. And I'm not saying that from a marketing point of view. Of course, I've been accused of being a marketer. But at the end of the day, it's changing your own life if you want to, and changing other people's lives for good, for the better.
Very, very cool. And so, quickly, don't want to keep you here too long.
Quickly. Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
All right, 2 minutes. I want to talk to you about Gnomedex.
Yes. 9th year in a couple months, and it's happening at Bell Harbor Conference Center. This will be the 5th year it's happening there. We've got a full packed schedule, or at least it's loose enough that we're going to be playing around with a couple of variables this time around. I just decided to lower the cost because the economy's kind of hitting everybody hard. We've got great sponsors. Microsoft is aboard with Bing. I can't name any others right now because we haven't signed a contract. We've got the contracts going back and forth, so things are happening. Just don't want to mention any names yet. But I lowered the admission price for the Bay Auditorium, which caps at $300. Now it's $299, down from about $500. And I have now opened up hallway passes, basically half access passes. A day, $99. 2 days, $175. That gets you everything except for the lunch, which is always awesome at Bell Harbor. You won't get a dedicated power strip like you would in the Bay Auditorium, and there's one other thing. Oh, and then access to the Bay Auditorium in general. So it's pretty much about a full experience as I can give, keeping in mind the economy's not that great, that I am very mindful that not everybody. In fact, there's been 2 people who are without a job tonight who signed up for Gnomedex after I lowered the rate. So even people who don't have a job are signing up for Gnomedex. That's how much it means to them. That's a good thing. So I'm very happy to max out attendance. I'm sorry, am I past like the 2-minute mark?
We're getting close.
Okay, well anyway, Gnomedex.com, blah, 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 blah.
All right, Chris Pirillo, thank you.